What is up, everybody? I hope you're all doing well. What are we checking out today? Well, it's the Walrus Audio 385 Dynamic Overdrive Mark II. Now, it's obviously called Mark II because there's a Mark I, I'm assuming. This one has some features that the Mark I didn't have, or its new features have been added. One of them being the ability to choose between two separate volume and gain controls. Really nice feature. It's like having two channels and sharing the same kind of tone stack, treble and bass. We'll get into that in the demo. It also has a switch on it called the 385 Plus switch. And what that does is when you turn that on, it basically just slams the front end of the circuit and just gives you a crazy amount of saturation within the circuit. We'll definitely check that out in the demo as well. Now, what's this thing based on? It's based on the old Bell and Howell film projectors, and the specific model was called the 385. Now, I personally have never played one of those. A friend of mine, while I was out on tour, he reached out to me and he said, "Hey man, you have to check out this dude Blake Mills. If you don't know who Blake Mills is, look him up. He's brilliant, amazing guitar player." But I happened to ask him, well, what's he playing through? What amps is he using? And he said, well, I think they're film projectors. And I was like, he's playing through who, what now? And now, you know, especially here in Nashville, there's been quite a few guys that use them. So they take these old film projectors, and specifically this one's based on the 385 model, and they tweak them. They make it so you can run a guitar signal into them. They make it so that you got 1/4 inch out. I'm sure there's some impedance issues that have to get tweaked. I mean, I'm no tech, but I'm sure there's little tweaks that have to happen. But they really do sound cool, and this is based on that circuit. It is very dynamic. It's very open sounding. The way it breaks up is really unique. So yeah, let's get right into what's on top of the pedal. You've got volume and gain for your A channel, channel A. Right next to that, you've got your treble and bass. We'll get into what those do and how they sound in the demo. And then right next to that on the other side is your channel B volume and gain that you can switch between, as I mentioned. Right here is a switch. This two-way toggle switch allows you to go from the original 385 kind of gain structure to, when you throw it up, the really, really saturated gain structure. We'll check that out. It sounds cool. On the left, you have two soft touch switches. On the left is your bypass switch. Obviously, bypasses the whole unit. And on the right, that switch allows you to toggle back and forth between your A and B gain and volume settings. And of course, the jacks are in the front, and your 9-volt is also in the front. So let's check out the Walrus Audio 385 Dynamic Overdrive Mark II. All right, let's give this thing a listen. Here's just the guitar into the amplifying device. Got it dialed really clean so that we can have this 385 Dynamic Overdrive do all the work. Okay, cool. Went back and forth between the two channels. Obviously, what's really cool is you have a separate gain and volume per channel, which is a really nice new feature. And of course, you heard me bump up to the 385 Plus, which is adding all of that clipping to the front end. So it can get pretty gnarly, but it sounds really cool. It feels really good. It's kind of fuzz territory, but not all the way. And the control that you have over it, especially in the low end, so that doesn't get totally out of sorts, is really nice. Let's just do this because both of these are essentially the same. I'm going to go ahead and just switch to the A side. And yeah, I'm just going to roll through the controls real quick. We'll sweep the gains and the bass and treble and get you an idea of what's going on. So the first thing I'll do is let's just check out the volume range. Obviously off. So you can get quite a bit. You can obviously go from unity to quite a bit above unity to where you're probably hitting the amp pretty hard. Obviously, it's going to bring out some single coil noise and things like that as we start really cranking the level that hot. But yeah, you've got obviously tons of room to go if you want to push the amp harder. Let's just check out the gain range in just the 385 setting. Okay, so it'll definitely, back off nicely as I showed there. Pretty decent gain range. Obviously, if you want to go quite a bit more than that, then you can employ the switch, the plus switch. So that's that gain range there. Obviously, if you're going to max that thing out, there's going to be a little bit of noise floor there. You can back it off the guitar, and actually, if you listen to the end of that performance I did with the Duesenberg, I was in a pretty high gain setting, and I just rolled it off, and it actually sounded pretty cool, kind of like a fuzz would roll off. So that's the gain range on the pedal. Quite a bit. Let's listen to the bass control. It's off right now. It does start creating a bit of gain as you turn it up. And really volume, I guess. I don't know how this circuit totally works, but that's what I'm hearing. Pretty big low end. It stops creating, I guess, volume as you get, I guess, past about here. Well, no, it does. It still cranks it up a little bit, but that's the bass range. I like it about right here, depending on what I'm doing. But when you do crank that gain all the way up, it's nice to be able to turn the bass essentially off if you need to. Really nice sounding circuit. Let's check out the treble. Here's treble off. Halfway up. All the way up. So yeah, the treble's really dialable, obviously. I played it purposely, dimed, and then kind of started dialing it in for just those chords I was playing. And it worked great if I wanted to have more of a, just kind of a bluesy sting. Probably about right there. If I wanted like a warmer humbucker thing. Probably about right there. Turn the bass down a little bit. Okay, got a little out of tune there. But that is the Walrus Audio 385 Dynamic Overdrive Mark II. If you've got any other questions about it, obviously go to the website and check things out. And as always, I really appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you next time.